We drilled 12 kilometers down.
The Earth did not want us there. The drill bit came back melted. Not from volcanic magma.
From biological heat.
We lowered a specialized microphone. The steel cable began to violently shake. The audio was not tectonic shifting.
It was a collective scream.
17,000 human voices. Trapped under the Russian permafrost.
We welded the shaft shut.
But the screaming never stopped.
The Kola Peninsula, a desolate, frozen wasteland in the Russian Arctic. Here lies a rusted, concrete-sealed metal cap, bolted to the ground with 12 heavy screws. Beneath this 23-centimeter steel disc lies a dark shaft plunging 12,262 meters into the Earth's crust. It is the deepest artificial hole on our planet. The Soviet scientists who built it did not find oil. They did not find gas.
They found something that shatters the laws of evolutionary biology.
At exactly 6,000 meters below the surface, the forensic team analyzed the extracted core samples. What they found under the microscopes
Was impossible.
microscopic microfossils of single-celled marine organisms. But there was no water. There was only solid, crushing granite. The forensic metrics showed these fossils were over 2 billion years old. Yet, their delicate cellular walls were completely intact. They were not flattened by the immense pressure of 3,000 atmospheres. It was as if they had been instantly petrified, preserved in a state of suspended animation. How does life exist in a crushing tomb of solid stone? The scientific data has no answer, only a chilling hypothesis.
The deep Earth does not support life. It traps it.
As the drill pushed past 10,000 meters, the physics of the subterranean world began to warp. Geologists calculated the temperature at this depth should be exactly 100 degrees Celsius.
Instead,
The forensic thermal sensors recorded a blistering 180 degrees Celsius. This unexpected surge in heat changed the very nature of the rock. The granite was no longer solid. Under the extreme temperature and pressure, the stone behaved like fluid plastic. The drill bit, made of reinforced tungsten carbide, began to sink into a mushy, shifting mass. But it did not just wear down. Forensic metallurgical scans of the retrieved drill bits showed
terrifying structural mutation.
the tungsten carbide had crystallized. The metal was warped, stretched, and thinned.
As if pulled by an immense, unseen gravity.
Every time the drill was lowered, it became trapped in a self-healing wound. The moment the drill bit was withdrawn, the plastic rock would instantly flow backward, sealing the hole behind it. The Earth was acting like a living organism, a body healing its own flesh from an invasive parasite. The Soviet engineers realized they were not drilling through dead geological strata.
They were cutting into something.
That was fighting back.
An ancient, hot, and plastic skin that refused to be punctured. At 12,000 meters, the drilling mud began to boil. But it was not water vapor that was escaping the shaft.
It was high-pressure, pure hydrogen gas. The mud coming out of the borehole was foaming, hissing with a violent chemical reaction.
When the forensic team analyzed the gas chromatography, the results caused panic in the lab. The hydrogen concentrations were off the chart. In our atmosphere, hydrogen is highly volatile and quickly dissipates. Deep in the Kola shaft, it was locked in a dense, suffocating pocket. Along with the hydrogen, they detected high levels of helium, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. This was not a random pocket of gas. The chemical signature of the gas matched the primordial atmosphere of Earth from 4 billion years ago. The scientists had punctured a pressurized capsule of the ancient past, a pocket of toxic, heavy air that had never seen the light of the sun.
And within that gas, the sensors picked up organic compounds, complex hydrocarbon chains.
The building blocks of organic life, boiling in a subterranean cauldron of hydrogen. The deeper they went, the more the Earth bled these organic chemicals. It was as if the borehole was draining the biological fluids
Of a giant, buried entity. A sleeping giant, whose veins were filled with pressurized gas and boiling hydrocarbons.
In the autumn of 1989, the project was abruptly halted. The official reason was lack of funding and extreme heat.
But the classified files suggest a far more terrifying catalyst.
The scientists lowered a series of highly sensitive, heat-resistant acoustic sensors down the shaft. They wanted to record the tectonic movements of the continental plates. They expected the low, rhythmic grinding of stone against stone.
Instead, they recorded a nightmare.
Forensic acoustic analysis of the raw audio tape revealed a complex wave structure. The sound waves did not have the chaotic, random frequency of seismic activity. They had a distinct harmonic resonance. The frequencies matched the acoustic signature of human vocal cords, which operate between 85 Hz and 255 Hz. There were thousands of distinct audio lines,
All screaming simultaneously.
weltering in a wall of sound, a dense chorus of agony. The skeptics claimed it was the sound of the drill cable scraping against the borehole walls. But the audio was recorded when the drill was completely stationary. The cables were locked. The engines were off.
The sound was rising. From the bottom of the 12,000-meter pit, a continuous, frantic acoustic signature of suffering.
The engineers fled the site. The local villagers reported seeing strange, vaporous figures rising from the borehole on cold night. The project was abandoned. The shaft was welded shut with a heavy steel plate. Today, the Kola Superdeep Borehole is a ruin. The concrete buildings are collapsing. The metal structures are rusting in the Arctic wind. But the steel cap remains. It is the only thing standing between our world and the anomaly below. The Russian government classified the entire research archive. They told the world it was a failure. But you do not bolt a scientific failure with 12 industrial-grade steel screws. You do not concrete seal a simple hole in the ground.
Unless you are terrified of what might crawl out.
The files are clear. We did not just dig a hole. We performed a forensic autopsy on the Earth. And we found that the deep crust is not dead rock. It is hot. It is plastic.
It is filled with ancient, impossible life. And it is screaming.
The next time you walk on solid ground, feel the vibration beneath your feet. Because 12 kilometers below you,
The pressure is rising, and the seal is starting to rust.